is CNN.
Tonight, Chicago police are investigating some of their own officers who were caught on security video lounging inside a congressman's office last week while protests over the death of George Floyd were turning violent. We have the story now from CNN's Ryan Young.
You know who you are. You know what you did. Don't make us come find you. Come in, identify yourselves, but we will find you.
Tonight, these pictures are shaking up the Chicago Police Department. Officers on duty, relaxing, drinking coffee, some even helping themselves to something to eat during the recent protests. The surveillance video was captured in the early morning hours of June 1st as protests occurred throughout the city and within blocks of the lounging police, following the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. It all happened inside longtime Congressman Bobby Rush's campaign office. People broke into the office, but once they were gone, 13 officers sat and lounged inside for as long as 5 hours.
One was asleep on my couch at my campaign office. One had his head down on the desk. One was on his cell phone. They even had the unmitigated gall to go and make coffee for themselves and to pop popcorn, my popcorn, in my microwave.
Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot and the city's top cops say these pictures portray the work of other officers. Tonight, while investigators work to identify the officers, the police issued a statement which in part says, at the request of Chicago Police Superintendent David O'Brown, an internal investigation has been opened into the police response and actions that took place from the late evening of May 31st, 2020 into June 1st, 2020 at Congressman Bobby Rush's campaign office. 3 of the officers seen in the video are wearing white shirts, indicating they are supervisors with the department. Tonight, the superintendent delivering a stern warning.
I'm not playing with you. That I mean what I say when I say we're going to hold you accountable, and that your behavior reflects my leadership and it reflects all of your leadership. Move, get out of the way, but we are going to uphold the nobility of this profession.
The mayor was already pushing for statewide licensing of police while seeking to rebuild trust in the black community and is sure to cite this video moving forward.
And I can tell you one thing for certain. Not one of these officers will be allowed to hide behind the badge and go on and act like nothing ever happened. Not anymore. Not in my city, not in your city.
Don, we reached out to the police union, but they had nothing to say so far when we asked for a comment. But if you think about all the things that are going on in this city, and particularly how violent that night was, it's disturbing to sort of see everyone hanging out and chilling inside the congressman's office. Just think about this. The solve rate for homicide this year is below 20% in the city. So you can understand why people in the South and the West Side, the sides that are hit particularly hard by violence, are upset when they see these images.
Just unbelievable. Ryan, listen, have the mayor or the commissioner, have they said what the punishment for these officers, what that might be?
Well, they said there's going to be some strong discipline. And let me not sugarcoat this at all, Don. It's been really tough the last few days. You had them come out and talk about how hard some of the officers were working. 12-hour shifts. They've been under siege at some points. But then there are instances like this, and there are others where officers have been disciplined that have sort of made a black eye on parts of this city, especially when it comes to policing. When we're having a national conversation about changing things, and when you think about Chicago in particular, and the way they're trying to reach out to the black and brown community, you know this doesn't help.
Ryan, I haven't said over the last couple weeks, you've been doing a fantastic job in your work, and I'm very proud to be your colleague. Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep it up. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. My next guest is calling on black artists to step up and speak out. He is the writer and director of the upcoming movie Antebellum, and he's got a message that you need to hear. That's next.